What's up guys, and welcome back to the Bartender Hideout. Here today for episode number 31 of the Cocktail Countdown. And today we will be having a look at the Bellini. So for the Bellini, as you guys know, is part of this list that we've been looking at for a couple of weeks now. It's part of the list of Drinks International, and it's the top 50 most popular drinks of 2020. I realize that we're not in 2020 anymore, but that doesn't make the list any more true. As you guys know, Uncle Bob will be having a talk with you about the history of this drink and tell you a little bit more about it. Afterwards, I'll show you how to make this drink and I'll be tasting it as well. Always have the hard jobs here. We'll get going with it, I guess. I think we'll kick it over to Uncle Bob to have a look what he has to say. Hi there, and welcome back to Storytime with Uncle Bob. Today we will be having a chat about the Bellini. The Bellini supposedly got invented just after the war in Venice by this guy called Giuseppe Cipriani. And he came up with this drink at Harry's Bar, which at that point was a pretty popular bar. What we know is that this drink is named after 15th century painter Giovanni Bellini. And the reason that Giuseppe Cipriani came up with this name is because of the hue of this drink, so the normal pinkish hue that the painter always used in his palettes as well. So a lot of pink on the walls over in Italy, I guess. When we're talking about Harry's Bar, there was a bunch of famous names that came through the doors there over the years. So you might have a name like Ernest Hemingway, who is obviously one that wasn't shy to have a drink anywhere in the world, as we know. Also, F. Scott Fitzgerald was one of those names, and even still, to this day, there's still a lot of celebrities searching out the bar to try out this Bellini. One thing they need to keep in mind though is that this drink only gets sold there between May and October due to basically the peaches not being in the right season. As you guys know, it is May right now, so maybe that's why Kuhn waited for this one until May. But I'm still curious to see how he's gonna whip this one. So let's throw it over to him. What's up guys, welcome back from Uncle Bob. I hope you learned a shit ton from that guy. As you know, we're working on the Italian classic, so let me show you how to make this one. I've got a homemade peach puree here. This is just a bunch of peaches blended up and made into a puree in that way. Obviously, if you buy your own puree in the store or wherever you find your puree, definitely make sure to check it at first, see if it has a lot of added sugar or if it if it's already sweet enough. Then you obviously don't have to take the measures that we're about to show you what we're doing now. But in that way, when you're making your own cocktail, obviously you can always kind of decide if you want it sweeter, if you want it not so sweet. That's the privilege you guys have at home. But for now, let's get started with this one. Normally with the Bellini, just like a mimosa, it's about 1 part Prosecco and 1 part of the puree. We're going to do it a little bit different, but mainly let's start by adding our puree to the glass. It might not look as appealing, but I'll assure you that it actually will taste quite good. Then, as I said, because this is just blended up peaches, I do like to add a little bit of that extra sugar, so I have a peach syrup here, just to give it that little bit of extra sugarness to it, just to make sure that we really get our flavors on point. So I'm just going to be adding about 1/4 ounce, so 10 milliliters, and then we should be right in the ballpark where we want to be. And then lastly, the star of the show, in this case the Martini Prosecco, and we'll be adding that over the peach puree. As you can see, there's a nice nice coloration difference there. So what we're going to be doing is grabbing our bar spoon, give it a little bit of a stir to make sure we really accompany or make sure all the ingredients get mixed up properly, so we get that nice balance in the drink that we want to have. And there we go. Obviously, again, with consistency of your puree is going to make a difference of how long you have to stir it. But normally you get a nice and consistent hue all throughout the cocktail, then you know you're right on your way. So yeah, this is one of those cocktails again that are super easy to make. So definitely give this one a go at home. But there you go. That's the Bellini. Okay, so let's see how we did on this one. Yeah, you wouldn't expect it. I'd say there's a lot of peach in there. No, just joking, guys. I think the balance between peach and the Prosecco is actually quite nice in this way. Obviously, we did a couple of test runs to see how we enjoy this Bellini the best. So again, do a couple of test runs. I mean, when you're making cocktails, it's never really a bad thing to do some test runs, or at least I believe so. I know there's people in this room as well that feel the same. So always try to perfect it a little bit for yourself, how you like it. Obviously, as I said, this is a pretty simple cocktail, so not a lot that you can do wrong there. But definitely worth it to give it a shot and see if you can make this, especially for us right now. Obviously, the summer is here. Perfect drink for on the terrace, having a nice little sip there with friends at home or wherever you do your drinking. Yeah, and I guess that's it for me for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed what we're doing here still. Obviously, we're working on it very hard, and we haven't missed a week yet so far, I think. That's at least a minor achievement for myself already. But for now, if you do enjoy what we are doing, make sure to like this video and also hit that subscribe button, because that's what we do it for in the end. And yeah, leave a comment if you think that you have a better Bellini, which is totally fine, of course. Always open for new recipes. If you have any other news or anything you want to say about our cocktails or this cocktail countdown, make sure to drop that as well. But for now, I'm gonna leave you and I'll see you next week. Ciao.